Welcome back, everybody, to my almost weekly vlog. I've been traveling for the last 2 weeks, so I missed a week, but I am here. If you watched the last video, I was standing in front of the train station in Providence, Rhode Island, talking about being countercultural. This was before the most recent horrific gun violence in the United States, the Texas school shootings, coming on the heels of the supermarket shooting in Buffalo, New York. So what the H is going on in culture and why? What do we do about it? Well, the first thing I want to say is my work is about how we take care of ourselves, fortify ourselves with stability, health habits, knowing our mind and our nervous system and how to manage them so that when we come into these situations where there is so much incoherence and so much stress, we can navigate with stability and even joy. Yes, the joy is always there, but it takes training to be able to access it when the you-know-what hits the fan. Here's the thing. Many of us are sick, and myself is included in this. I've been through this cycle because we're living in such a sick culture. Our culture is inflamed. It is literally on fire with anger, divisiveness. The list is long. Our culture is inflamed. As culture is inflamed, our bodies become inflamed, and the health consequences are dire. I will talk about that more in depth later. We're also living in a culture that is largely denatured. Our food is often coming from highly processed factories. It's often coming out of mass-produced agricultural settings where the nutrition is just not present. The nutrients aren't in the soil, can't give it to the broccoli, can't give it to the apple. We become denatured. The micronutrients in our body are no longer in balance, and our gut flora, many of you know about the importance of the microbiome. Many in culture have microbiomes that simply cannot manufacture many of the components for neurochemistry in the brain, and so we have a lot of mental illness, both the milder form, maybe just that garden variety depression and anxiety, I think you know what I'm talking about, or how about the less garden variety that causes people to pick up guns and go shoot innocent others. We're inflamed and we're denatured. So this is a time to become countercultural. This is a time to not look to mainstream culture for solutions. This is a time to look to the wisdom traditions combined with Western medicine. This is a powerful combination. And I'm going to be talking more about programs I'm going to be offering very soon where I'm going to combine my understanding of the wisdom traditions of yoga and Ayurveda specifically with the brilliance of modern science, both psychology and medical science. Why? So we can navigate these times, so we can manage our minds, so we can have healthy bodies, so we can age with vitality. It's totally doable. There's a developmental pathway to get there, and this is what I've been mapping out during this sabbatical that I've taken. But now I'm back to share with you. So that's my message for you. These times are hard, and these times require that, as my father used to say, we adapt or we die. And we may not actually die as in having a funeral, but parts of us may die unless we adapt. The joy is going to be gone. The flexibility, the resilience. When we lose that, parts of us die, and that's no way to live. So it's time to be countercultural. I'm going to be back at you with more soon. And I do want to give you a practice tip, something very practical before I close. And that is, if you find yourself ungrounded, unable to sleep well, your digestion is off, it's perhaps irregular, you've got a lot of repetitive thoughts, you've got a lot of anxiety, you're not alone. And here's a very simple nervous system practice that anybody can do if you feel that spin. Just take a seat, close your eyes, come to your breath, notice it, bring it into your low abdomen, invite the breath to be even and smooth, and then gently lengthen your exhalation. So you're sitting, you're quiet, your breath is in your belly, It's even and smooth. You gently lengthen your your exhalation, not your exclamation. Lengthen your exhalation. I like to put a timer on my phone, 2, maybe 3 minutes. I might take a break to do this during the day when I find myself spinning, unfocused. This will ground you. Give it a try. Thanks for watching. More later.